Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to my beloved lecturer, Madam Shafawati. My name is Muhammad Rahimi bin Rabianto. I'm from DAT 3A. My registration number is 01 DAT 20F1007. Today, I would like to present to you a bar graph about the amount of vegetable sold at Frank's farm stand. Firstly, the title of the bar graph is the amount of vegetables sold at Frank's farm stand. Next, as you can see, the x-axis represents the types of vegetables sold at Frank's farm stand, such as squash, zucchini, corn, carrots, romaine lettuce, and tomatoes. The y-axis represents the amount of vegetables sold in pounds. As for the legends, the blue color represents day 1, the red color represents day 2, and the green color represents day 3. As you can see on the graph, the amount of squash sold on day 1 was at 32 pounds, which is the lowest amount sold than day 2 and day 3. The amount of squash sold on day 2 and day 3 was the same, that is recorded at 36 pounds, and it is also the highest amount sold for squash. Now, let's look at the zucchini data. The highest amount of zucchini sold was at 40 pounds on day 1. Then, the amount of zucchini sold was decreased by 7 pounds on day 2, which makes it the lowest amount sold for zucchini. On day 3, the amount of zucchini sold increased slightly by 4 pounds. Now, let's look at the corn data. As you can see, the least amount of corn sold was at 57 pounds on day 1. On day 2, the amount of corn sold rose significantly by 9 pounds. Then, the highest amount of corn sold was at 67 pounds on day 3. As for the carrots data, we can see that the highest amount of carrots sold was at 28 pounds on day 1. After that, it declined slightly by 2 pounds on day 2. The lowest amount of carrots sold was at 25 pounds on day 3. Now, let's look at the romaine lettuce data. The least amount of romaine lettuce sold was at 27 pounds on day 1. After that, the amount of romaine lettuce sold was increased by 4 pounds on day 2. On day 3, the amount of romaine lettuce sold was also increased by 4 pounds, which makes it the highest amount sold for romaine lettuce. Lastly, let's look at the tomatoes data. As you can see, the least amount of tomatoes sold was at 43 pounds on day 1. Then, the amount of tomatoes sold rose significantly by 11 pounds on day 2. After that, the highest amount of tomatoes sold was at 59 pounds on day 3. In conclusion, corn was the highest amount of vegetables sold at Frank's farm stand on day 1, day 2, and day 3. In my opinion, Frank's farm stand produced good quality of corn, which makes it the most vegetables sold. In addition, the least amount of vegetables sold on day 1 was romaine lettuce. After that, carrot was the lowest amount of vegetables sold on day 2 and day 3 at Frank's farm stand. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.